Welcome to the stream. I am here joined by my friend Miles Edgeworth, the great prosecutor.
Greetings, people of YouTube. I am Detective. Well, not detective, but I guess it's going running. Fuck off. Never mind. I had an intro planned, but I had my notes mixed up.
Did Mr. Gumshoe take your notes and replace them with his own?
Yeah, the handwriting is quite absurd on this one.
I see. I see. That is a very unfortunate mix-up for the good detective. But it will not
Yeah,
stop
I'm
us
like.
from booting up the game.
To have a talk with them about that.
Sorry?
Nothing.
Ah, okay. Very well. Let me get things set up and okay, I need to set this to the game, and here we go. We're back at it again with the pseudo webcam. Gotta screen share this too. And Mr. Edgeworth, are you watching the stream right now?
Yes, that is correct.
Alright. This should be good, yeah. March 12th, 1 p.m. local time, Hope Springs Airport.
I know that once we had landed, I'm supposed to let the local police take over. And thanks to Miss Tenero and Miss Meal, I was able to preserve the crime scene. I just can't shake it. I wasn't able to talk with Miss Tenero in private. I'm left wondering, just what was she up to? Why did she do what she did? There must be a way for me to continue my investigation.
I've been expecting you, Miles Edgeworth.
Franziska? I thought you were still in Germany.
I go where I am needed, and wherever there are criminals to be caught.
Her name is Franziska von Karma. Daughter of my mentor, Manfred von Karma. She, like myself, is a prosecutor. I fucking hate her. Are you heading up this case? It'd be a bit of a relief if you are.
Don't you try to flatter me, Miles Edgeworth. I'm placing you under arrest.
What?
It's quite frustrating, actually. I had hoped to exact my revenge on you in a different venue. But I'll have to take what I can get. I never thought I would see the day when the disciple of the House of Von Karma would become a criminal. Have you no shame?
Wait, it has all been a big misunderstanding. I didn't kill the victim.
A misunderstanding? I heard all about the murder over the police radio from the captain himself. You waited for the victim on the first floor, and then you beat him to death.
Franziska, do you honestly believe that I killed a man?
I suppose I should reserve judgment until after I have investigated this for myself. I can put you on your arrest on hold until then.
That's as it should be.
Ha! I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you of all people. To be perfect in every way, the fulfillment of creed alone is all I strive for.
Well, I have my own creed which I must fulfill, so why don't we solve this together?
I have to get going. The crime scene awaits. Don't you dare leave town.
Trust me, I had no intention to.
Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir!
Oh, you want to do the voices, Miles Edgeworth? I didn't realize you could
his
do it.
voice enough to know what I've heard his voice enough to know what it sounds like.
Alright, I didn't realize you were good at impressions. I was about to ask earlier, but like I wasn't given the chance to, you know, because Gordon's not here. You know, I was wondering if you wanted to take over, and it looks like you are.
I'm fine with that.
Alright. Too slow.
Ow!
Listen up. I am leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up, you understand?
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm supposed to guard him?
A simple yes or no, detective.
Ah! Yes, sir. Understood, sir. You just leave it to me.
Miles Edgeworth. If you interfere with my investigation, I'll arrest you on the spot. Are we clear? Now then, if you'll excuse me. Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth?
Hi.
Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. This is your line.
Yeah, I just said it.
Oh, well, your mic did not pick it up, Mr. Edgeworth, but we'll go on.
Thank you, Detective. I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me. I'll get you through this. I have to admit I'm a bit curious as to what Francisca is up to. I need to take myself off of noise suppression. Maybe I should ask the good detective. Very well. In that case, I have a few questions for you. So, how is the initial investigation going? We just shipped the body off to coroner's office. We're taking statements now, sir. That sounds like Francisca. She was always good at quick responses to a case. I'd say she was, a little too quick, sir. Oh? How so? I rushed on over as soon as I got word of the affair, sir. But somehow, when I got here, Miss Von Karma was already barking out orders at everyone. It was kinda creepy, as though she knew there had been a murder or something. And had come in advance to await your flight's arrival. It was sort of odd. She did show up rather quickly, and out of the blue. Plus, I still don't know why she's here in America. There must be some backstory to all of this. Miss Von Karma just kind of popped up at the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident. No details? It's kinda top secret, so she can't talk about it, even with me, sir. Knowing her, what type of talking she likes to do is with her whip. Your stream is incredibly laggy, let me...
It's actually not laggy, it's just slow. Like, the game is just slow.
Ah, I see. First, I know the top secret part was what stopped her from talking to you, Detective. Although, I wonder if the case has anything to do with mine. Anyway, that's about all the info I have, sir. We should find out more as we investigate.
I'm gonna start clicking so that the text goes by faster.
Alright. Yes, it is high time to resume my investigation. Starting with talking to people involved in this case afresh.
Oh god. Do you see him, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, I see. Oh, is that...
remember?
Is that who I think it is?
I believe so.
Looking from behind. think I've seen this man somewhere before. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
I'm going to assume that you do not care to impersonate this man.
I do not care.
I'm not. Maybe I might if I do it. If I think I can do it in a good voice.
Oh no. Mr. Edgeworth, we've got to get him some water.
Found it, lol. Ooh, I feel a wave of creative powers coming on. It's over 9,000 lols. For my next leap move, it's gonna be the Steel Samurai, warrior of the world Tokyo, versus the World Samurai, champion of the earth. It's gonna rock soars so many block soars.
Phew. The thing was a false alarm, right, Mr. Edgeworth? So the Steel Samurai's finally getting a movie. Completely ignoring me as usual.
Sorry, I just think it's really funny when he whimpers. Anyway.
Of course you do.
What is that supposed to mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. The view of the planes preparing for takeoff. I want to ride a plane someday and go overseas! Have you never been to another country before, Detective? Nope, not yet, sir. I don't have a passport. But I've been saving up for that eventual someday. Penny a day to be precise. That rate, he won't be making any trips until well after retirement. This man was in first class again. He was quite shaken up by the whole affair. I'd be pretty scared too if I got caught up in a murder investigation, sir. Wasn't he now? I can voice this passenger. I forget what he sounded like, but... I did it. I made it the whole flight. I'm not scared of turbulence anymore. This life vest is proof I made it alive. It's now my prized possession. How could you just take that from the plane? Okay, Mr. Edgeworth. It's got nothing to do with the murder. At least... I thought he was going to say more, but the dialogue was going too slowly. Lunchland. Not bad. I guess it's gotten big enough to warrant its own branch shops. Ooh, I've always wanted to give their steak lunch a try. What should I go with?
I recommend our airport special, World Flag lunchboxes, only available for a limited time. I'm pretty sure, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure these lunchboxes are connected to Wi-Fi, and if so, that's kind of a cool reference, methinks. We have a variety of lunchboxes made up to look like different countries' flags.
If you really want one that badly, Detective, why don't you go ahead and buy one? Is that okay, sir? Thanks. Alright, then I'm really gonna get one. Here I go. Excuse me, miss. I'll take a Star-Spangled Banner lunchbox, please. I hope he's aware that it's the most expensive one on the menu.
Okay, Miles Edgeworth can talk to minors.
Oh no. Oh, not on stream. The child seems to be happily enjoying the sight of so many planes. I'm all excited to see this many planes too. Just look at the size of these things. Oh, hold on. Do you like planes too, mister? Balance between the main wings and the tail wings is really something, huh? It seems that this child derives his pleasure from a different aspect. I don't Come on, we're on stream, they had it anyway. Oh, well, I've also got a thing for the shape of the wings, too. Yeah, mister, you can stand next to me. So, about that plane's wing. Thank you, Detective, for leaving me out of this conversation.
Okay, I don't think
Have
there's
you
anything
interacted with the
down-
potted plant yet?
I don't think it would allow me to. And it doesn't look like it'd be that important anyway.
1:37 PM. Flight G390. Second floor. First class.
So, you must be the captain.
I can do that. Why, yes I am. And who might you be?
I am the prodigy prosecutor, Franziska von Karma, and have a few questions for you. Don't you dare, Captain, getting friendly with another woman. I'll never forgive you if you do.
What are you talking about? I only have eyes for you, my dear Cammy. I wouldn't bet money on our dear captain to be much of a reputable person. Sure you don't want to ask the captain some questions, sir? He was in the cockpit the entire time. I highly doubt he would know anything of use. Anyway, I'd like to leave that type of witness to Franziska and her whip. Nothing in chat yet. Ah!
I love how this entire game is animated like a Flash game.
Yeah. I mean, it was released for the DS, wasn't it? It should look like that. It was around the time period.
Yeah, would be correct. I think that is the eccentric guy in the back.
Him. I'm not sure, but I don't know, I'll try
Gordon described his voice as Dr. Doofenshmirtz. If you know who that is.
Name sounds familiar. I think that's the guy from Phineas and Ferb, was it?
I am very surprised you know what Phineas and Ferb is, Mr. Edgeworth.
That's besides the point.
Alright. Well, yes, that is the guy from Phineas and Ferb.
I think I can do a voice of that man. How's he here? Ah! Sorry. I'm sorry. How long do you intend to hold me? It's impossible for me to be the criminal, I told you. Mr. LeBlanc? Oh, it's you. Tell this man to stop me from going. Time is money. I don't have even 1 second of wasteful time to spend. Did you finish taking your statement yet? Yep, all done, sir. I do not concern if you're done examining the cargo hold. I want my cargo back. If you make a single scratch on my art, you will pay. Art? What sort of art? Mr. LeBlanc is an art dealer, so he's got a bunch of artwork down in the cargo hold, sir. It's practically a mountain of them, large and small. From folk costumes to stone statues, I sell all kinds of arts. Folk costumes? Speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc's kind of looks like that other piece of cloth. Oh, I know what cloth is talking about. You've been disconnected.
It says you're here.
Alright, yeah, I just got back in.
Alright.
Oh man, there's a pretty lady in that plane over there. Ah! She's looking over here. Quick, sir, wave it with me, please. I refuse to be a wingman on this. are a few copies of Sky magazine in the magazine rack. This one's special. Oh, looks like it's an English trivia quiz. Oh, I've got one! What starts with I and means boldly rude and disrespectful. Insolent. That is most definitely insolent. Time's up! Sorry, sir, but the correct answer is insolvent. Detective Gumshoe can't tell me our English ability is at the same level as him. Hey, this statue! What about it, Detective? Did you notice something? I saw this guy in a dream last night. The resemblance is uncanny, sir. Saw him in your dreams? Yeah, I saw him, and then I arrested him. I wanted to show you just how vital I am in our partnership. Being used in your sleep is no help to me in the real world, Detective. Looks like you can't go beyond here, sir. The body has been sent off to the medical examiner's office for an autopsy. Got a piano on this plane? Hey! You think I can try it out, sir? I think you would know better than to randomly touch things at a crime scene, Detective. Besides, I didn't know you knew how to play. Of course I do. I'm practically proficient. Interesting. Things you learn about people on a daily basis. You're dull and ready to come out just right, sir. 2 notes does not a pianist make.
I was gonna say this a lot earlier, but like things were happening. So like I have some speculation that I've been wondering if you could confirm or deny. So at the window, when like Gumshoe wanted you to wave at the woman, I have a feeling you didn't wave at the woman because she was a woman and you didn't want anyone to think you were straight.
Shut up!
Okay. Alright, I see it's a touchy subject to you.
What did I ever do to deserve this? On this job, all I truly love is my sweet candy. Might I suggest you not say that at this moment in front of Franziska? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, this iron's got a seatbelt strapped tightly around it. Must be of great value to Mr. LeBlanc, then. Yeah, I guess if you don't want to turn your urn, then it's always best to buckle up. Obviously. Did that have anything to do with the case, Detective? Nobody gets my jokes.
He's very funny, methinks.
It's not funny.
Okay.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is this super expensive looking piece of drastic proportions? It's just the food they serve in first class. Wow! I am so jealous, sir. I want to ride in first class sometime. Right, when pigs fly and I own my own private jet.
Surprised you don't own a private jet already.
It just doesn't seem like something that would interest me, especially considering I don't know how to fly a plane.
That makes sense.
Nothing supernatural about earthquakes and elevators. Though, it's just me, the 2 elevators have a long-standing hatred for me. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I think you have too many red knights on this board. It's just your imagination. And it looks like that blue pond is being completely surrounded by the red knights. Now you're seeing things. Sir, I don't think you're supposed to have lots of the same piece like that in checkers. No, Detective. What do you take me for? was the victim's seat.
Jacket's just lying there. Spilled leftover coffee still there too.
I don't suppose anyone ever expects to die.
Well, I guess a few people.
That's a really big floaty. Isn't it a bit too early in the year for swimming?
Detective, that is not for swimming. It's a lifesaver. I was going to say something stupid.
So you can't swim with one of these?
No, I mean, I suppose you could, but that's not what they're intended for.
Well then, see, it's the same as a floaty. Shouldn't go around confusing people, sir.
I feel like I've just kicked the puppy. Shit, we have an alcoholic in the other seat. Mountains worth of empty bottles are lined up here. Look,
All of them have a letter inside, sir. Let's see. I'll order anything as many times as it takes, just to see your lovely face. My beloved Miss Tenero. Is that what they all say, sir?
please put them back in the bottles, Detective.
Yeah, I can't destroy the beautiful love here by ruining the letters by accident.
That would have been a good thing for you to say before speaking out my notes.
What's this?
What is it, Detective? Did you find an important piece of evidence?
Giant parfait on top of bread and steak? Make me jealous, sir. It's a feast.
Maybe I should just let him have the giant parfait so that we can move on.
I'm gonna go back real quick just to see what was there. In case we
I think
missed
the only
anything.
thing you haven't interacted with is the potted plant, unless there's a way you can go down. And it seems you can't interact with the potted plant.
Is this
Have you not talked to him? This man was in first class with me. He was quite shaken up by the whole affair.
We have talked to him, but for some
I'd be
reason...
pretty
Scared too if I got caught up in a murder investigation, sir.
Yeah, we've had
Yeah.
this conversation before.
He said that.
Yes.
Just take that from the plate. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know why it needs to be checked again. I will skim through them just to check them again. But we already know what these say.
Yeah.
So, as we're going through this, Mr. Edgeworth, I was wondering if you had like any commentary on what this experience was like for you.
It's mainly just normal business from what I usually do. Like, sure, it started out kind of worrying considering where it happened, but I was able to get over it soon enough. It just became another case for me.
Okay, so like scale from 1 to 10. How much does Gumshoe smell?
With 10 being
10 being like awful, 1 being like alright.
I'd give him about a 5.75 out of 10.
Yeah, cause I was thinking, like, I don't think he can like, I don't know if he can afford running water. How much he like deduct his pay.
I think he should start working on it.
This one has not been done.
Counter when a murder has just occurred.
Relax, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm here. I'll make sure nothing else happens.
You are precisely why I can't relax.
Although I'm sure the murder's way more stressful, but yeah, Gumshoe, he's the biggest threat. Okay, everything else here has been examined. So I'm wondering what the game wants us to do right now. Oh wait, hold on. Hold on.
Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. You have to see this chair. It says, in honor of Rocket Pals Day.
What exactly is the big deal with these rocker pals?
We're seriously sweet superstar rock band, sir. Makes me want to listen to one of their songs right now.
Sorry, I got lost in that forest of S's just now.
Want me to explain it to you again?
You know, Detective, I think I'll have to take a rain check on that, regrettably.
Okay. So, maybe Gonchu has an idea.
Yes, sir.
Anything of interest, Detective?
Well, I can't say that I don't quite know everything about the situation yet. So I was just telling myself that I should go ask someone about the stuff I don't know. I mean, just because I don't know, it doesn't mean someone else might not know it, right?
Must be my imagination, but for a second, I think I actually understood his logic. Mr. LeBlanc, he's not dealer, correct?
I guess so. As per standard procedure, we patted him down, just like everyone else. But while we were checking him, he started making a fuss about how we were robbing him.
What do you mean?
He got mad and kept saying his Borginian clothes lose their value when they get dirty.
If that's the case, then why wear that ridiculous outfit in the first place?
That's what I thought. I mean, what's a little dirt in the course of a good investigation?
A little dirt in your clothes is one thing, but even you must have your standards, I hope.
I think we're supposed to present something to him. Because he's one of the very few people.
They did mention the cloth earlier.
Oh yes, that is true.
Mr. LeBlanc, can you please take a look at this for me?
Hmm? Oh, it's a Borginian cloth.
As I suspected, your hat is made of the same material, I suppose.
Yes, of course. This fabric is so famous, orders come from over the seas for more.
The cloth data updated my organizer.
World famous export of Virginia. Alright. I might have to like come back to some stuff because I didn't check like last time's stream, so there's some stuff I've forgotten.
Alright. And this is the cargo you were talking about earlier?
No. My cargo this time is much many gigantic. You, detective, when can I have my cargo moved? You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal. Stubbornness of your police, it's no good. It is no good. The attendant refused to exit the attendance room too.
That attendant? I wonder if he's talking about Miss Tenero.
Alright, so...
Rhoda Tenero is the new one.
Sir, you can't go in there.
I'm Miles Edgeworth. I am one of the prosecutors on this case, so please let me through.
Very sorry, sir. No one is allowed to enter without Miss Von Karma's express permission.
I'm on the case.
Yes, I understand that, but I also have explicit instructions not to let you through for Miss Von Karma.
Do this to me, Francisca. Go back to talking to Mr. LeBlanc. Something new showed up in the dialogue option.
I did not notice that. Thanks for catching that for me. Oh, whoops. My bad.
That is not the
Yeah, I know, Mr. Edgeworth. No need to correct me here. There you go.
What did you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc?
She was taken into the attendance room for an interview. And they still have not come out. They make no sign of coming out either. I was finished my own interview much earlier. Quicker than her.
Why is Miss Tenero's interview the only one that's taking up so much time?
Ugh.
Miles Edgeworth, you were given free rein to examine the plane, weren't you?
Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Miss Tenero. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room.
Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances.
I understand.
You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking. But you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth.
This was logical.
Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here, in this very lounge where the body was discovered. From the time the victim was calling for an attendant until his body was found, the only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect.
The likeliest suspect, Franziska.
Do you have a problem with that?
No, but it's not like you to use such vague wording. You're usually a bit more absolute.
I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or is it my kindness too hard for you to comprehend?
Fuck off. Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary. Or I will prove my innocence soon enough. If I want to continue my investigation, I'll have to break her line of logic fast. Francisca's logic.
I think I know which statement to do things on.
Alright.
It is not this one, it's the next one. The only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. We know, or we suspect, that that is not the case. I'm wondering.
Yes.
It could be the grape juice.
Allow me to see the second page. No, I don't think any of that would help. I would go with the footprints.
Hold on, Mr. Acme Hicks. Let's see it again.
Speak the coffee and fine. I'm imagining it would be the footprints.
I would like to present the footprints, but I'm not sure this is right.
I'm not confident, but it
Actually,
does seem like the most logical
Before we go present the footprints, I would like to press this statement.
Hold it!
Well, it's true that I was in the lounge the whole time. That fact alone does not make me the criminal.
Objection!
We'll see about that in the conclusion of this investigation. However, there is one thing that even you must admit at this time. Okay, I'm going to present the footprints. I'm not entirely sure if this is right.
Not
If it isn't
confident
right, I'm
either,
going to I'm going to press her on all statements.
Objection!
That is not right.
Music did not stop. It would seem your logic is not as perfect as you think it is.
And what is that supposed to mean?
Piece of evidence should show you exactly what I mean.
Oh, yes. It clearly shows what you are thinking. That you are attempting to buy yourself time.
I knew I shouldn't have tried to pull a fast one.
Okay, I'm gonna start. Yeah, I'm gonna press all statements because sometimes you need to press all statements.
Hold it!
Don't you think you're being a bit rash by simply declaring me the culprit?
I like my affairs to be simple and perfect. I'll show you the meaning of both when I finish the whole thing within 3 minutes.
Hey, say that like you're carrying a bag of instant noodles. Ow!
I really like that's right. I don't allow 3 seconds of useless testimony to be uttered in my presence.
I see she hasn't changed a bit. Not allowed her to send me to prison so easily.
Hold it!
So tell me, Francisca, do you not others know what the crime scene?
I know all that I need to know in order to arrest you.
And nothing more?
Are you saying that there is more that I need to know? Ah! That's you!
Why did you whip me, sir?
Sorry, Scruffy. My hand must have slipped.
It appears that Francisca doesn't have all the facts of this case yet.
Scene of the crime. Here. Lounge with the body was discovered. This might be another line you have to present to me. I am gonna look at the evidence real quick. The lounge where the body was discovered.
That is true, though, is it not?
Yes, it is true. But I have suspicions to believe that because the body was found in the elevator, which means it could have been in another room at any point, and it just went down.
That is fair.
Only person in this lounge. Oh wait, I need to press the other line.
Hold it!
What do you mean by scene?
Please stop pretending like you don't know. It's insulting. Obviously, I'm talking about how Mr. Hicks was seen calling for an attendant at 5 a.m. And then, from the time after this call until the body was found, one person. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect.
Hold it!
Under the circumstances, I suppose I can agree that I'm the most likely suspect. But I believe in you, sir. I don't think you did it. This one Karma's gotta believe that too, right? I mean, you two are like siblings. Ow!
Quiet, Scruffy. Even if we were related by blood, that's no guarantee that he is not a criminal.
Francisca.
I demand to see some proof that you are not the guilty party.
Likely a suspect, huh? What a roundabout euphemism. But it would appear that she doesn't yet know about the new evidence that we acquired and where we acquired it. I'll take care of the gaps in her logic one hole at a time.
Okay, I think we're supposed to press on this statement. Not press, present. Now, newest evidence. I want to go over this evidence. Brazilian cloth. Oh, this would make him the other guy the suspect. But I'm not sure if this is the line we're supposed to... The only person... Okay. Makes you the likeliest suspect. I'm gonna save real quick. Because I am gonna, like, save and reload.
There is a chance she could see that and just think that I had stolen the cloth from someone.
There is a chance, but I'm sure you'll find a way to make that not as apparent. I don't know. I'm gonna do grape juice footprints. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna save and reload, and then do Virginian cloth.
Alright.
Objection!
Hold on.
I've already read all
What
this.
is that supposed to mean? This piece of it. Oh, yeah. Sometimes the music doesn't end, so I tried making sure it was like one of those times. It was not. So, hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm instead going to present this.
Objection!
That's not it either. And I'll save and reload because we do have a save. Okay. The likeliest suspect. I think that's it. I think that's the line we're supposed to press.
Yeah, nobody's been able to shut up about that line since she said it.
Okay. But what do we need to present this with? Maybe. Okay, we cannot present a profile. Not right now, at least. Do you have any ideas, Mr. Edgeworth?
1 second, let me read up on that. Hold on, could you exit? I don't think it's this line anymore, actually.
Alright.
Could you go to the one about, Mr. Hicks calling for someone? Wait,
time.
line before that? And before that, just in case. Okay, never mind. I remember that line being different. But I guess I can...
No. When you press this line, she mentions like it being around like 5 a.m.
Could you present?
Okay.
Go to page 2. It says he was in his seat at 5 a.m.
Okay. Yeah, you still could have called.
Oh yes, forgot he had a phone.
Well, hold on. We still don't even know if it like was a phone, because he doesn't have a phone on him. We like said that was good. That was his like travel wallet.
Oh yes.
We do have a save and reload thing. If you think it is worth it to present it, because it might be.
I mean, it might be, but I'm not sure if that's... I'm not confident enough in that to think that it's the correct one.
You know what? I think I gotta agree with you there. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found. I don't think it is this line. Because I don't think...
Wait.
What?
Hold on. Could you go to the line where she says, like, the scene of the crime is here in this very lounge?
Is this line?
No, the scene of the crime was here in this very lounge where the body was found.
Okay.
Yes, could you present the suitcase?
Alright, what's your reasoning for the suitcase?
My reasoning is, did we not find the bloody cloth in the suitcase?
That is true. But wouldn't it make more sense to present the cloth?
Well, no, because the suitcase was in the... like, it was locked into the floor in that other room. So it's reason to believe that the crime scene might have been in there.
You do have a point.
Objection!
It would appear that you did not have all of the information you needed after all.
And what does that mean?
I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves the body was moved from a different location. The killer used this suitcase to move the victim's body. Meaning the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all.
Objection!
Now, who's the one rashly jumping to conclusions?
Excuse me?
All you did was find a piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove that the body was moved. It could be that the killer simply chose that suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth.
I expected you would come to that conclusion, but it seems I can't escape that easily.
You should know better than that. Avant Karma is perfect in every way.
But you did know that the killer definitely wheeled the suitcase around at some point.
Yeah, that motorcycle in the background sure had something to say about that, huh?
Yes,
Is
yeah,
that,
quite the opinion.
is that Mr. Gumshoe's motorcycle, perhaps? Maybe he's, like, coming back to retrieve his notes?
It might have been, but,
Does he have a motorcycle, do you know?
from what I can tell, I don't think he did, but I know some of the other prosecutors do.
That is fair.
Objection!
As if there's proof of that.
Where's the proof that this suitcase was moved around? The piggy bank, because the turbulence, it moved everything, and that fell out. And if that moved, then the suitcase
I
must
want to
have
say
moved.
the grape juice footprints, because look at what's next to the footprints.
That's just... Oh, that's...
That's tire movements.
That is correct.
I'm going with it.
Uh,
Spilled grape juice in front of the elevator.
yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here. There is the evidence that proves the killer dragged the suitcase through here.
Take that!
This mark here. Would you say that it looks suspiciously like tracks from two wheels?
I suppose.
Further, there's also grape juice residue on the wheels of the suitcase. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot there was residue. Means the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here.
I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else.
I'm glad you've come to your senses.
Objection!
Not so fast. This doesn't put you in the clear, not by a long shot.
Ziska's logic, part 2.
You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit the turbulence. And then, you waited for the victim in the lounge when you beat him to death. Then, while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase, the plane hit the battered turbulence and flew out. And the body flew out. I am.
Come on, Lauren, you can say the line. Lauren, are you okay?
Sorry,
Do we need to run an autopsy?
Manfred von Carva's like ghost went through to me and tried to prevent me from uttering a perfect line. So,
That doesn't seem like something he would do at all.
you know what? He's very petty though. And we were playing as Phoenix Wright in another game. So he might think I'm still Phoenix Wright, and he would do something like that. I mean, like, do you not remember that scene where, like, oh, I guess you weren't there, but like, he's tased Phoenix before. He's probably trying to tase me, but like via Ghost. Anyway, that's my logic. Take that.
Your logic for being bad at speaking?
Yes. There's no way out. You hastily put the suitcase back where you'd taken it from, and pretended to be the discoverer of the body.
Not a bad bit of logic for something you thought of on the fly.
Just what are you insinuating?
But I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is. No matter how strong of a face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. I'll expose the flaws in her logic in one fell swoop.
You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit the turbulence. And then you waited for the victim in the lounge, where you beat him to death. Then, while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase, the plane hit that patch of turbulence, and out flew the body within the suitcase. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from, and pretended to be the one who discovered the body. It's not that line, although it is a little bit weird.
I have a feeling it's the first line.
Not
Like
the,
you had prepared yourself. Because
I don't think
didn't we
it's
know
the line.
the piggy bank fell out during the turbulence?
Yeah, before. Wait a minute.
Yeah, the piggy bank fell because of the turbulence. That was during it, was it not?
This was taken after the turbulence. Want to try it? I want to try it.
I will do it.
Let's go.
That's exactly what I thought. The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is clearly something to be feared.
Evidence and logic. Essential tools for those who stand in the courtroom must learn to master.
But what if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix?
Fake?
This Captain Hugo piggy bank. It's just such a fake. It is not the real murder weapon.
What?
The timing of when the bank was taken from the shop is important. It was taken after the turbulence had occurred.
But then, what about the blood on the bank? What do you make of that?
I assume it was added after the murder when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did 3 things after the turbulence. After exiting the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then the killer proceeded to pick the bank up from off the floor. He took it to fabricate a fake murder weapon by hitting the victim on the head. Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage, in my pocket to be precise. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Ackerby Hicks.
You there!
Yes, ma'am!
Other than this piggy bank, was anything else resembling a murder weapon found?
We didn't find anything in this lounge or in the shop that could be used as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence. And the remaining items all tested negative for any trace of blood.
I see. Well, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, it appears your stealth tactics are at an end.
It's possible that it's just hidden somewhere, sir.
If the criminal had wanted wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place. I think the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody cloth.
Exactly what I was thinking. If the cloth was hidden inside that suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence. Which means that the real murderer is either still on the murderer's personage, or is still at the real crime scene.
Objection!
There is one more possibility.
And that would be?
That the piggy bank is in fact the real weapon.
Didn't we just...
Let me finish. The killer took the bank out from the display case before the turbulence. By opening the lock on the display case door. And it was at that time that the glass pane in the door was broken. I'd say that is a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? Let's see. So that means that the killer had the key to the display case.
Francisca, the person you're talking about.
Not so fast, I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about is also... The person I'm talking about also committed another sin. She tricked the captain and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is the sin of lying. Speaking of which, I recall that you also wish to speak with her.
Yes.
Very well. Permission granted, but only if I can sit in your interrogation.
Come on, Lauren.
Do we understand each other?
I have no intention of interrogating her. But you are welcome to accompany me if you so wish.
Mr. Nero is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move. March 12th. It's 2:23 p.m. Flight G 3090, first floor. Flight attendant's room. So you're the one that poked inside the plane without the captain's permission. Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know. What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that?
Mr. Nero?
Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too?
Can you please help us and shed some light on why you did what you did?
Alright.
Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that?
Because I didn't think I'd be able to get his permission.
Do you mean?
The captain, he only has ears for Cammy. I spoke as a captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken by Miss Mealy. Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends.
In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges.
Really? You were able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness. Mrs. Tenero, is it? There is one more thing I'd like to ask of you. You were in the in-flight shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly. Yes, I was. And why were you there? Well,
Why the sudden hesitation? Francisco seems to have struck a nerve.
I think your mic is a little
Yes,
bit
your
delayed here.
your stream had a lag spike there. I do need to go back in and watch it again.
Yeah, I think you had a lag spike there. It took you a while to read the
Yeah.
list of line
No, that's because
instructions.
your stream was frozen, so I couldn't read because there was no text.
All I did was go check up on the shop like I always do. You're saying it was for work then? Yes. I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep my eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise. After your visit to the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct? Yes. I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell.
Mr. Nero claims to have no reason other than duty to go to the shop. But is that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing. You could please take a look at this for me, Mr. Nero.
Oh, that suitcase.
Yes, about this suitcase. You are the one who designed it, correct? And I think I figured something else out about it. This suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it?
There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there?
Won't you please tell me more about the suitcase?
Yes, I was interested in seeing how the suitcases I had designed were selling. I know that as a service professional, I'm not supposed to care, but I really wanted to know. And I was glad to see that it was the last one there.
The last one there.
Is that a dialogue option? Yes.
The last suitcase. So you're saying, Mr. Nero, that the suitcase in question was the last one?
Yes. They're just so popular, practically flying off the shelves.
That's not exactly the impression I got.
The one I had in the shop is definitely the last one.
Oh, I'm currently looking at that suitcase.
Really? And I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one.
I didn't say anything about buying it!
Then say you'll buy it!
I'm sorry, I can't.
But why? I think it'd go great for your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you. I guarantee
it
it
wouldn't.
personally as a service professional.
Well, that is... How should I put this? It's hideous.
What?
Maybe that was a bit too direct. Moving on, my issue with the suitcase isn't the design, it's the number of them remaining.
Remaining?
There were 2 suitcases in the inside shop when I investigated it.
2? But that's impossible. I'm sure there was only one. Looks like her story has generated quite the contradiction. When I left the shop, I'm positive that there was only one suitcase left.
Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? By the way, Mr. Nero. What is one of those suitcases doing here?
That's...
Oh, I thought you said there was only one left.
That one is, it's mine. I've used it for a very long time now.
She's used it for a long time. Mr. Nero, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't lie to me.
Excuse me?
I don't believe for even 1 second that you've used this for a very long time. Let's prove that this hasn't been used for nearly as long as Mr. Nero says. It still has the tag on it!
Yeah, this is pretty obvious. I mean, even I got it.
Take that!
Tell me, Mr. Nero, is it also your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcases?
What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about a suitcase?
Despite having faith in your design sense, sales numbers made her cry bitter tears. The truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. Mr. Nero, I think I understand. I know what you're trying to hide. Now then, this suitcase was originally in the in-flight shop because it still has the price tag, obviously. Seeing as how the price tag is still on the suitcase.
I was gonna do it, but like I did that thing again. Well, you wouldn't know, but Gordon would, but not you. Last time, I don't know if it was last stream or like a few streams ago, I pressed arrow keys to control, even though the controls are WASD. So I was gonna do that, but like I pressed arrow keys, and I keep doing that. But anyway, you said that line.
One can only assume it was on the outer floor for the sale in the shop. And the person who bought this suitcase was her, because she has it.
Yep.
Mr. Nero.
That make the most sense.
It was you, wasn't it, Mr. Nero? I hate to say this, but the suitcase that you designed, it hasn't sold very well, has it? You saw how poorly this design you poured your heart into was selling. You were deeply hurt. That's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself. Isn't that right?
Then the reason you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I had finally accomplished something.
But the suitcase didn't sell.
It's because of the design, isn't it? Well, because it's, as you put it, hideous.
I can't say they chose a great place in which to sell them either.
Selling a single one, and they were just sitting there collecting dust. I felt so bad seeing them day in, day out. So I decided to buy one for every flight I work.
You buy one every single time you work a flight?
I see. So in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well. Yes, and here's my receipt for that purchase.
The receipt is clearly timestamped 5:40 AM. Didn't the murder happen between 5 and 6 something?
That would be correct, Mr. Edgeworth. The truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. They're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight.
Nero, are those other suitcases?
They should all be down in the cargo hold. Then the suitcase the killer used...
Could very well have come from the cargo hold.
Mr. Edgeworth? I don't think that the killer used one of my suitcases too.
Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases. to move the victim's body.
How could they? Those suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips. That's all I ever wished them to be.
Mr. Nero, is there any other way to get to the cargo hold other than the elevator?
The only other way is just through that door there.
And what about security?
That door has no special lock installed because just to enter this room, you need a special keycard that only crew members have access to.
Which means the culprit is someone who can enter this room, eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects.
I can't believe it.
Yes, Francisco?
Going on these wild goose chases, you're a disgrace to the Von Karma name.
And what do you mean by that? I'm not part of the Von Karmas, I'm Miles Edgeworth.
I mean, you gotta remember that, like, you were, like, adopted by Manfred Von
My
Karma.
last name has never been Von Karma, and it never will be.
Well, that is fair point. The suitcase came from the cargo hold, which I say in a perfectly American accent, but I'm gonna switch back now. Well, I am back alone. Hell, the whole store.
A lot of heart.
Pardon me, Miles Edgeworth. I had to take a break for a minute.
Yes, which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used their key card.
Miles Edgeworth, you're proposing that the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct?
Yes, that's the only realistic possibility.
That other attendant, Miss Mew. I asked her earlier, and she had this to say.
And just got up information out of Miss Mio.
In order to make the elevator go down to the cargo hold, a different key card is required.
A different one?
Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card is you, Miss Rhoda Tenero, and only you.
What? Is this true, Miss Tenero?
Yes, I keep that key card in my locker at all times.
Would you please show us that card right now?
Yes, hold on. I don't believe it.
What's wrong?
The key card, it's gone. Very clever. Pretending that your card was stolen when in fact you're just trying to hide it from us. You really thought this one through. But wait, it's not like that. You can tell us all about it when it's down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman.
Yes, ma'am!
Mr. Edgeworth. Is it just me, or did you also forget that Dick Gumshoe was there?
Not really. He's always there.
I was just always there. You sort of expect him.
He's always there.
Do you just expect him when you're doing like any other case?
Pretty much, yeah.
What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face.
Francisca, I know that you're the lead investigator on this case. However...
Hold it! Don't even think about wasting any more of my time. You know the rules as well as I do. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth?
I intend to do likewise.
To be continued.
We have been streaming for about an hour and 22 minutes. Would you like to end stream now? Because I personally would be fine with that.
You know what? If you're fine with it, then yeah, I think we'll make it. I'm pretty sure there's like either next part is the final part, or it's the second to last part.
Ah.
I think I saw something like that.
March 12th, 2:52 PM. At G390, lower deck cargo hold.
Did arrow keys again. Alright. I'll actually go back to title so we have some outro music. Don't say if we already saved.
Alright.
Yeah, just back to title.
Alright.
Actually, now I'm starting. There you go. Yeah, just making sure we actually did save.
Alright. I was going to question you about that, actually. So, with that, my dear viewers, that was part... something.
This would be part 3 of case 2, and that's what we're going by.
Alright. Well, that was part 3 of case 2 of Ace Attorney Investigations.
That is correct. I'm so far still really enjoying the game, and I'm very thankful to have the man of the hour himself be a part of this stream. Thank you, Miles Edgeworth, for coming down to Groovy Antagonist Studios.
My pleasure.
And that is it. If you liked that stream, that's cool. Do you have any parting words?
Not particularly, but if you have any, go ahead and say them.
I do not, so I'm just gonna end it right here, right now.